Welcome to the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. That right there is Connor the Sniper Scutt. We're going to go around the clock, 1 to 20, 20 questions. Sniper, are we ready?
I think I'm ready.
Number 1. First things first, the most important question, when lads or anyone meets up with one another, they meet each other for the first time, the most important question you have to ask is, Connor, what football team do you support?
I don't follow football.
What do you mean?
I don't follow football. Doesn't really do anything for me.
Thanks for coming in, mate.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Right.
Laters.
I think we're meant to be having Rob Cross soon, Colin Lloyd. Who booked him?
If it had to be, it'd be Palace though. It had to be Palace because that was one of the only games I've ever seen.
You never been to Selhurst Park?
I have a couple of times, but so I've watched the games. It's just never done anything for me.
Darts and football works hand in hand with one another. But if it does nothing for you, then fair play. It means you've got to put all your focus in on the darts.
It does, yeah. It gives me more time to practice rather than watching football.
Number 2. Connor Scutt, who is your best mate in darts?
Oh, Martin Lukeman.
Yeah?
Martin Lukeman. I sit on the table with Martin. I sit with a few others, Richie Edehouse and people like that. I also practice a lot with Damon Hetter. And I practice with Bunting sometimes on tour as well. So there's quite a few. Darts players are quite a close-knit bunch sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because we're around each other all the time, we're all quite close-knit. So it's quite hard to pick a best mate out of everybody, to be fair.
Number 3. What is your job? What is your speciality outside of darts?
Outside of darts, I had loads of jobs. I was a plumber for a while, done some gardening. I was a chef for a while. During the whole COVID Eat Out to Help Out thing, I worked as a chef through that, and it made me realise that I want to be a darts player. So I put a lot more work in, and then it just happened.
How often were you training?
Oh, now I try and get in 8 hours a day if I can, unless like say, because you get like little like repetitive strain aches and pains and stuff. So I put in as much time as I can. I've been known to do like 10, 12-hour days before.
Bloody hell.
But yeah, I try and put in as much effort as I can. Try and treat it like a real job. There's no point doing it and being lazy in my mind.
Number 4. 170 on the board, pressure moment, go for the fish or work your way down?
Go for the fish. A lot of people say lay up or take it out. I always take it out. I think there's a clip on Modus a while ago. Someone like wasn't on a 1500 and something, and I still went for it and got it. But you've got to go for the moment, didn't you?
Number 5. What's Connor Scutt's best biscuit for dunking?
Oh, that's a good question.
Forget about the darts questions. We really want to talk about cup teas and biscuits.
It's a good question. For a long dunk, you want a hobnob. They're a very robust biscuit. But custard cream.
Yes.
I like a custard cream.
Yeah.
I do. Custard cream and a cup of tea.
Number 6. Would you be open to the Worlds moving away from the Palace?
Oh, I think it's getting to a point, darts now, it's sort of getting to like it was in the 80s where it's massive and there's like the audience getting bigger and bigger. I've got a fear of flying. So for it to stay in the UK would be rather handy for me.
Yeah.
Or somewhere that you can get to on a ferry would be great. But I can't stand flying, I don't like it.
You cannot take away from the Palace now.
I think you could probably fill up 10,000 seats at the Worlds really easily. Really, really. If you just expand the venue, you'd fill up those seats almost instantly.
Number 7. Who's your guilty pleasure, musician or band?
Guilty pleasure, 9 to 5 Dolly Parton. I do like Dolly.
You like a bit of Dolly, yeah?
Yeah, my guinea pig's named after Dolly Parton. Her name is Dolly.
But is there anything that we could play into 9 to 5? That you can't really get anything Dolly Parton.
You can't get anything. That's why I've not used it as a walk-on song. It just wouldn't fit, would it? So I swear.
Has anyone had 9 to 5?
I don't think so.
Someone must have done back
Do you
in
reckon
the day.
that'd go big at Ali Pally?
Oh,
Do you reckon it
massively.
would? People with blonde wigs and
9
that.
to 5. Number 8. Will Luke Littler achieve more than Phil Taylor in his career?
Or if he wants to, I think he can. Because obviously Phil won his first world title in 1990 and he was 30. Obviously Littler's first one was at 17, so he's got 13 years on Phil, world title wise. I think he can. Don't get me wrong, the standard of player now is ridiculous, like the depth in the PDC. There's never been so many people outside of that world's top 64 either getting deep runs in events or hitting 9 darters and things like that just wasn't heard of all those years ago. So it'll be difficult, but if he really wants it, I think he can do it.
Number 9. Me and you come out of here, go down the pub. What pints are you getting in? This is a massive, massive question for our soon-to-be friendship.
I don't drink pints.
Do you drink any alcohol?
No, it's not for me.
No?
Not for me. At the minute, I'm on a bit of a health kick as well, so I'll probably go a Coke Zero.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I'm going to be completely honest. There's going to be people on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. I love them to bits. I love them to bits. Bit of like, oh, this dry gen nonsense, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to lose a bit of timber. So even though I would have liked a pint of Guinness, at the same time, Coke Zero, no ice. You have an ice.
A little bit of ice lemon.
Bang on. Number 10. You played against Gezi Price a couple of years ago at the Palace, and I want to know, because I've not spoken to someone and asked them how they deal with this. When he does, or when he wins a leg or a set, and he goes to hoo-ah! How do you block that out as a player? Because I love Gezi Price. I love the villain element about it. We need it in darts. You need that in sport. But it would just absolutely trigger me if, say, for instance, it was a close game. He's won the set and he's doing that.
Can I be honest? I didn't hear him on stage.
Really?
He gave it a couple of times, but I didn't hear him because you got the crowd and all that sort of stuff. No, I didn't hear him once being over the top, nothing. He's one of the nicest people that you could ever hope to meet. He's really, really genuine and nice. Even talking to him in the back room, like before we went on stage, lovely, lovely person. I think sometimes emotions do run higher, but that's just what you get in competitive nature, one-on-one sports.
Number 11. Super Series last year.
Yep.
What was it, 120.24? Second highest average, I think, at the tournament. If you think about that, and think about the average that you're on, you'll go mental, wouldn't you?
It's a strange thing. It's like when you do the same journey to work every day. And you get into work and you don't even realise how you got there some days. You don't even know, because you've done that journey so many times, you don't even think about it. It's just like a natural thing that happens. Same as like breathing or anything like that. But that's how dart players get when they're in, like, they call it like a zone. When you're in the zone, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what you're averaging and stuff like that. You haven't got a clue.
It's almost like tunnel vision.
Yeah, it's like tunnel vision. It just when you're in that little thing, you know, like your blinkers are on, tunnel vision, you don't know what you're doing. But I do remember I missed darts at double and I didn't hit a 180 that game.
You must like sort of like wipe your eyes, come off of it, and someone goes to you, realise you just averaged that, and you probably must go, did I?
Yeah, I had no idea. I was like, I missed a few darts at double. I thought it was going to be 110. I didn't realise I'd broken the 120. That was my first. That was my first 120 in like competitive play. So that's a nice little milestone.
Yeah, it was an absolute joke.
Good stuff.
Number 12. Right, I know you said you're eating healthy at the moment, but big win.
Ruby.
Big curry.
Takeaway, yeah?
Yeah.
Ruby.
What type? What are you going for?
Chicken tikka boner. Cheese naan. So it's the only naan bread that you can just eat on its own if you were to run out of sauce.
Not
or
a big keema?
No. Cheese naan, mate. Cheese naan. If you've not tried it, try it.
Yeah.
And keema rice. I do like a keema rice.
Yeah.
But for a starter, I'll have they do like a tikka, like mix sort of thing. So you can get like chicken tikka, lamb tikka, and all that. And I'll have like a little pot of mint sauce to dip the tikka stuff into, which is really nice.
Any poppadom on the go or not?
Sometimes I do like a bit of mango chutney and a poppadom.
I can play about a bit of mango chutney.
Yeah. I like a ruby. I don't do the sharing stuff though. A bit like Smithy in that respect.
No. Number 13. Last movie you cried at?
Cried to Mrs. Brown's Boys before.
Sorry, what?
No,
that is... sorry, this is the first episode, and you can't just come out with, I cried at Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Yeah.
You speak. That is absurd.
You know, they go from like comedy and all that sort of stuff, and then every now and again they'll have like a real serious bit, like when Mrs. Brown is speaking to Bono or something like that, and there's just like a little bit like, just got me one day. Don't know where it come from. I might have been having a bad day, but yeah, it definitely got me.
Can anyone in the comments section just please let us know if Connor Scutt has lost his mind by saying he lost it? Mate, people would say Titanic. People would say some of the most... you can't have Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Last film I watched.
Number 14. Premier League of Darts. Who's doing it? Gezi. Coming into form. Didn't win at Bahrain. But he's still looking dangerous at the same time.
I think Bunting is going to get through to the finals night. Whether he goes past that, I don't know, but I think he's one of the most consistent players in the world at the minute. I don't think anyone can really argue that. But you've got people like Aspinall that are like such big fighters on stage as well. Like he's never done. He's never ever done. Same as Gezi. Obviously Luke, the two Lukes are ridiculous. MVG, ridiculous. I'd like Bunting to go and do it because he's a friend, to be fair. He's someone that I do talk to, so it'd be nice to see him go and lift a couple of titles in a year.
Number 15. Dream dinner party. Celebs, no darts players.
No dart players.
No darts players.
Oh.
What 3 people do you want there to have a laugh with?
Morgan Freeman to narrate it.
That's an unbelievable show.
Jim Carrey, 'cause he's funny.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy, because who wouldn't want Tom Hardy at a dinner party?
Tom Hardy sort of like level it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Number 16.
You're the sniper, but can you ever change your nickname?
I think you can. Bramwell van Barneveld was called the Man. So, and he's now Barney.
What other nickname can we have for you? Like, what rhymes with Scutt? And don't take offence to this, the only thing that I could think of was Mutt. Scotty Dog Mitchell, because he was back at Q School the other week. And there was a clip of him with the invisible
dog legs.
But I was like, if you ever want to change your name...
And a big fella in a pink and black shirt as well. You could
Exactly.
never miss Scotty.
Exactly.
Could never miss Scotty.
If you ever want to change your name, Connor the Mutt Scutt, would you rather stick with Sniper than Mutt?
Sniper for now. Now.
We could just
We'll brainstorm after this.
You just get on the stage and pretend to be a dog or something like that. Think about how that would amp the crowd up.
Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Just that stuck with me for the rest of my life on terrestrial TV.
Here comes
Brilliant.
the Mutt, everyone.
Number 17.
Last year, Modus Series, talk me through that 9-darter. Because how it looked to us watching on screen, you did the first 6 darts perfectly. Did you go for 3 bullseyes for the 150?
Yes.
Do you think, if that had come off, yes, it would have broken the internet. Yes, MVG and Michael Smith, the greatest leg of all time. Do you think if that came off, that probably would go down as the greatest 9-darter ever?
It'd probably be the greatest way, but probably not the greatest ever. Yeah, I think it'd be pretty impressive. I've done it in practice. That was the whole reason. I've done it in practice. And,
Yeah, but is there a video?
No, there's not. No.
No videos, didn't happen.
It was at the old Modus studio. I'd done it in practice, and I said to the people that were there in the room, the other players, I said, I've just done a 9-darter going this way. No one batted an eyelid, no one really was bothered. So since then, every time on a stream, I've sort of tried it.
Number 18.
Right, if you could start, bench, sell, Luke Humphreys, Luke Littler, MVG.
I'd have Humphreys to start, because he's world number 1. I'd have MVG as backup because of his experience, which means Littler's left out.
Jesus.
But it's more of an experience thing.
Yeah.
Because if you're in a situation, like a tight situation, you're going to need someone like MVG with the experience that he's got. He's got a ridiculous amount of it.
Number 19.
I love this question that I've got because I wrote it and I think it's insane. Favourite primary school hymn of all time?
Primary school hymn?
Like this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, he's got the whole world in his hands.
I didn't do that. No.
Oh, you went to school in Croydon.
I did, yeah.
No primary school hymn?
No primary school hymn.
Mental.
No hymn.
Well, it must be just because I grew up in the countryside and it was just very...
It must be a countryside thing.
church-loving sort of situation.
It must be that.
Yeah.
No hymns, mate.
Jesus.
Number 20.
When are you, Connor Scutt? You're 61 in the world right now. When are you breaking into top 20?
Top 20?
Even top 30? Because you've had a climb.
Top 32 is the goal. Top 32 at the minute's a goal, because that's when things change, so you become seeded for the Worlds and stuff like that. So the difference between 32 and 20 is not really much in terms for seedings and majors and things like that. But yeah, I'd like it within the next year and a half, 2 years. Give myself a little bit of a realistic gap. Goal for this year is the World Match Play though. I'm 2 spots out of the World Match Play at the minute, so that is my goal. Get there for the first time.